Welcome to Darrell Walker's Coaches Show with your host, Ray Tucker.
We say welcome to this week's edition of the Darrell Walker Coaches Show. Our Little Rock Trojans headed east this past week, played teams in Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina. And I'll tell you what, you start looking across college basketball, Darrell, it seems each year it gets tougher and tougher to win on the road.
No, it's paramount. If you're going to win the conference in any conference that you're in, the higher level, lower level, Division II, you're going to have to win some games on the road. And it's tough to win on the road. It's just hard to win on the road. We did it in my second year, and that's why we were able to win the conference. But you have to win games on the road. You know,
I was reading the paper this morning, and there's some other teams, top 5 teams, talking about, well, we had this player out and that player out. Our sports information director, Rand Champion, gave us a stat this past week. All total, you've had 90 players. Players have missed 90 games.
Right.
90 games total. How do you compete with that?
It's hard. It's hard. I've been going to the drawing board trying to figure out what type of lineups to play against every team, and it's just hard because you got to put 5 guards out there, and you got to try to rebound the basketball. When you take points out of the lineup, you take Nikola out the lineup, Marko Lukic out the lineup, Da out the lineup. There's just so many guys out the lineup that were averaging 12, 13, 14 points a game. So where are you going to get those points from night in and night out? And that's what we struggled with.
You did get Big Nikola back for the 2 games. First game was against Coastal Carolina, and let's do this. We'll take a pause. We come back. We'll take a look at highlights from the road loss at Coastal Carolina.
Just 40 minutes from Little Rock at the Saracen. It's always fun. Craps, poker, slot machine, lots of money will be won. Come and win or come to eat, mama. Get the best steak you ever had. You want to be at the Saracen, heck, you've seen it in this ad. Woo! Saracen, whoa, come to win. Saracen, come to win.
Coach Walker, you and I are both warm guys. We like the temperature warm. We go to Myrtle Beach and play Coastal Carolina and Conway, South Carolina. It was cold over there.
I was hoping down in Myrtle Beach that down in Coastal Carolina, it was going to be warm, and it was not warm at all. It was cold. I don't even want to talk about Boone. You know how cold it was. We got off that bus in Boone, North Carolina.
All right. It was cold, and so were our Trojans. Let's take a look at highlights of Game 1 against Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, it was a good basketball game. I thought we really played well in the first half. That's Isaiah off our motion offense, curling in for a layup right there. But Cliff Ellis has put together a solid basketball team. They got bigs. They got guards. They played well together. So it was a good game. We held this team to 23 points in the first half. The problem was, Ray, we only had 16.
You got up to a pretty decent start, though.
We got off to a good start. I thought defensively we were really playing well. I thought we could get any shot that we wanted at the time. We were getting shots, and everything was fine until we went 13 shots in a row, missed shots. And it's just hard to do that at home or on the road and think you're going to win a basketball game.
Had 10 minutes left in the half, and then Coastal went on a 15-2 run.
Yeah, they went on a 15-2 run, man. There's nothing we could do about it. They out-rebounded us, I think, 45-28. But overall, I was pleased with my team effort. We had Nikola back. But I had told my staff, don't get excited about the big fella coming back. It's going to be probably 3 to 4 games before he really gets his legs back, his rhythm back, or being back on the court. I said he's going to struggle, and he did struggle.
I know you referred to him as Uncle Cliff. Cliff Ellis was not coaching on the bench. First time in
1,400 games.
1,400 games.
Yeah.
And do wish him speedy recovery.
Yeah, I spoke with Cliff after the game and said, I don't mean no disrespect, Cliff, but I wish some of your players would have got COVID and not you. And he laughed so hard on the telephone, and we talked a good while. Like you said, in the second half, they went on a 15-2 run. They just put the game away, man. That's the big fella down there just going to work. They got a good-sized basketball team, man. They doubled Nikola every time, but it was good to see Jordan Jefferson, who I've been starting of late, really have a big game. Got 18 points and really played well, man. He's coming out of his shell.
And it's only his 8th collegiate game, Coach.
Yeah, no, but you can see the potential, Ray. He can shoot it. He can put it on the floor. He's athletic. He's quick. And you're going to see those 2 freshman guards out there a lot. That's Vince Cole right there, who we tried to recruit here to the University of Arkansas Little Rock. I think he had about 18 points against us. They just kept running that play and just kept killing us on this play right here.
That was Mustafa there.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Dribble penetration right there, no gap help right there. You got to have some gap help. That's Jordan Jefferson driving to the basket. He's really going to be a good player for us.
He had 18 points, went 6 of 14 from the field, 4 of 9 on threes.
Yeah, he can shoot the ball. He's a legitimate shooter. He has speed. The one thing that he doesn't have is just a lack of experience right now, and I'm going to give that to him these next 8 or 9 games. I'm going to give him a chance to stay out there and play through some mistakes. And you can see he's getting a lot more comfortable than he was beginning of the year.
That was your other freshman guard, DJ Smith, feeding it to Jefferson on that. That's Big Nicola on the inside.
Yeah, well, like I said, Nicola had a halfway decent game, but he really was struggling. He couldn't breathe. I had to take him out of the game a lot. It was good to see Jordan. He was really under control, really like what I saw from the young fella, man. Looking forward to seeing him out there on the court again Thursday.
That was Nicola's first game since January the 6th. He came up just short of a double-double, 13 points, 9 rebounds, and played 31 minutes.
Yeah, probably too many minutes, but he wanted to stay out there, and I just kept saying, no, I got to sub you up because he was getting so tired after 3 and 4 minutes, man. And that's when I know this COVID, a lot of coaches are dealing with this when their players come back from COVID. They struggle with the conditioning and playing. That's Vince Cole shooting over the top of DJ right there. He's about 6'5", 6'6". They got a pretty solid basketball team. I thought we played well. I told my guys I was really proud of them, but we can't let teams go on a 15-2 run, and we can't miss 13 shots in a row and think you're going to win basketball games at home or on the road. That puts too much pressure on your defense.
Again, Coastal Carolina and Conway, South Carolina.
We pressed a little bit, and it bothered them a little bit, Ray, but, they had such a big lead. We tried to get back in the ball game, but it was tough for us to get back in it. And, I know my guys got tired at the end, too, because we don't have a lot of subs. We just don't have a lot of subs. That's the big fella going in for a layup.
And the final, Coastal Carolina wins at 65-49. And so after that, we head on the road and headed over to Boone, North Carolina. We'll take a break, take a look at highlights of the Trojan game against the Mountaineers when we come back.
Sport builds us up. It strengthens our bodies. It strengthens our resolve. Sport teaches us lessons of grace or humility or humanity, and that we're far more powerful together, winning the hour or winning the year or winning our lives. We're winning our way, because while a season is short, fierce is forever.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. Meet new friends or reconnect with some old ones and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles. Plus, on select models, current competitive owners get an additional $750 bonus cash. See your Arkansas Best Chevy dealer.
Day after the game, we jumped on the bus from Myrtle Beach and headed over to Boone, North Carolina. Pretty amazing. The sign says Boone, 4 miles, and had snowed a flake until we got right there, and it started coming down pretty heavy. And they had something like in the last 2 weeks over 2 feet of snow. We got probably two or three inches while we were there. A nice environment, and we're going to take a look at some highlights. They had a great crowd there. Had better than 3,000 on hand at Boone on Saturday.
I thought the student section was just incredible. They were loud. They were boisterous. They were really good. It was a great college atmosphere down there at App State.
You're talking about good guards. You got senior guards, and that makes a huge difference to a team.
They got so many guards that can go off the dribble and get to a spot and get a shot or make a play. And that was, to me, the difference in the basketball game, is that their guards were so good. That's Myron coming off a screen right there, knocking down a shot. He played solid basketball down there.
Had his best game.
Yeah, had 16 points. He's still learning how to play. It's a lot of things I got to teach him that he doesn't know, that I thought he would know, but he doesn't know. So it's a working process with him, in progress, I should say, with him.
Isaiah had another solid game, had a double-double. His 10th time this year that he's had a double-double. Yeah,
well, he's out there almost the whole game, so he has a chance to get rebounds. He's going to have a chance to score. But overall, I thought we really played well. We had it down to 3 or 5 points a couple times in this game against App State, and just couldn't pull it off. And then we had a 5.5-minute stretch where we couldn't score in the second half, man. We can't do that, especially on the road. We can't do that.
You know, Nicola being sidelined as long as he has this year, he was a third-team all-conference selection, preseason selection, and he's one of the better big guys in the league, no doubt about that. Hopefully the folks will recognize that.
Well, I don't understand how you could be third team all Sun Belt, but every time you touch the basketball, you get double teamed by every team in the conference. So that's letting me know that you're a pretty good basketball player every time you get double teamed, and hopefully he can make all Sun Belt this year. But we got to win some more games to help him out too.
This happened to be a game of runs. They had a 12-2 early. We entered with a 2 run. Then they had a 9-0 run right after that.
Yeah, well, they kept having some runs against us. That's a beautiful shot right there by the young fella Jordan Jefferson off of one leg. He is capable of getting his own shot. He's capable of getting to the basket. So I'm enjoying his progress right now as a young freshman guard.
That's where he got busted in the nose or mouth and had to leave the game.
Yeah, we had to get him out of the game, and Andrew did a great job of getting him back in the game. You know, that's Myron knocking down another shot. When he knocks that shot down, that opens up his game to go off the dribble. Well, like I said, he's still in progress. He's a project right now. Trust me. Ray's laughing because he knows some inside stuff, but he's a project right now. I tell you, very talented player, but he's a project.
Jordan Jefferson had a solid 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals for you.
Yeah, he played well. He just happened to play against some really good App State guards. These guys are 23, 24 years old, been together for 4 or 5 years, know how to play, can go off the dribble, really physical, and they're a good basketball team.
And they got hot at the right time last
Yes,
year.
they did.
Won the conference postseason tournament.
Yep, but that's a confident basketball team right there. They play well. They guard you, and they got guards that can make shots. That's Nicola getting double teamed once again. Beautiful pass to Isaiah for easy layup.
You know, Nicola's developed those spin moves that really help him a lot, and he's got that soft little jump hook, if you will.
No, he's a problem in that post, but the problem is right now, Ray, is his conditioning, his explosiveness off the floor. He's just like big lumbering down the court right now because every 3 minutes he's pointing, saying, "Coach, get me out the game, man." And I know he's frustrated, and I'm frustrated too, but it is what it is. We just got to keep playing through it.
You guys kept chipping away and staying right in the game.
We did. We got it down to 3. We got it down to 5. I think with 5 minutes left in the game, I think we were down 4 or 5 points and made a couple of mistakes, and they was able to get another quick 4 points and push their lead up some.
Here we are, almost midway through the second half. There's Jordan Jefferson. Got to make that, but Nicola was there for the miss.
That's why you always, the guy has a breakaway by himself. That's why somebody on your team should always chase it down because he may miss it. That's DJ making a beautiful shot off a little DHO action we run. I was proud of those two freshman guards. That's force right there. Just too physically, just too strong for DJ and Jordan. These are young kids, 18 years old, not truly developed yet, but have some talent. They're a good basketball team.
I alluded to that on the radio broadcast, just saying, hey, you've got these young guys out here. Last year they were in high school.
Exactly.
The final score of this was 72-57. Do want to point out, with 5 minutes to play, it was a one-possession game, and App went on a 14-2 run.
Yep. Well, that's when we had our drought of couldn't score. On the last 5 or 6 minutes, we couldn't score, and we can't do that.
And the difference is they had veteran players who have been there before, and so maybe the pressure got to us just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but you're talking about a veteran team playing against against a lot of young guards, man, and they experienced it physically stronger, and they were better offensively. So I was proud of my guys after that loss, and I told them that, and I just told them, hey, man, we're trying to get prepared for March in Pensacola. I said, we're going to start getting ourselves trying to play ready these last 8 games to start playing good at the right time. We peak at the right time. We can get Nicola back, get Nicola healthy where he can stay healthy, his conditioning up. We'll have a chance to make a run.
Next up for our Trojans, and we're happy to be back home, be at the Jack Stevens Center here. Next up, the Louisiana Schools Come Calling. We'll take a look ahead right after this.
It's time to expect more from yourself, from us, from the typical college experience. UA Little Rock offers world-class programs, including business, computer science, criminal justice, cybersecurity, engineering, and nursing. But there's so much more. Expect to be amazed by state-of-the-art facilities. Expect to be challenged by motivated faculty. And expect a welcome place in the heart of Arkansas. University of Arkansas at Little Rock.
We take a look at the week ahead as Louisiana comes in here, and then Monroe on Saturday. Have not played Louisiana this year. We were down there, and COVID hit our team.
Bad.
We ended up with 6 players and had to jump in the bus and
come home
and come back home. So what do you know about these guys other than they're very talented?
They're big like we were 2 years ago. I mean, they're huge. I mean, they're 6'10", 6'11", 6'9", 6'8". They're really a big basketball team. So, I'm going to be starting 5 guards out there. And once again, Ray, we're going to have to try to rebound the basketball. They're going to be trying to throw the ball into the post. So it's going to be a chess match. And I'm going to have to play a little faster. We're going to have to maybe take a little bit more threes and take a little bit more chances doing some things defensively to try to win this basketball game because they're a huge team. The nice thing about the road trip to the Carolinas, you guys turned it over 7 times in one game, 8 in the other. You can live with that, but you got to knock down some shots. We got to knock down some shots. Both games we had some bad scoring droughts, and that's just hard to do, especially when you're shorthanded too. Our margin of error is really small right now, so I'm looking forward to this matchup. I've been watching a lot of tape on Lafayette, but they're really Bob Marlin does a great job, and they're really big. They remind me of our team 2 years ago when we won it. They're really big, so we're going to have our work cut out for us.
All right, so Thursday's game is 6:30 here at the Jack Stevens Center. Hope we get a good crowd for that.
Yeah, it'd be great. I mean, it's a good team coming in. We got a great facility here. Hopefully the fans will come out and support us.
Darrell Walker, always a pleasure to be with you, and we'll look forward to playing the Raging Cajuns on Thursday night at 6:30. You folks have a great rest of the week.